First, I acknowledge the judgment delivered by the High Court on 11 October 2019. This motion is in 4 parts. Part 1 of the motion, which affirms the vital importance of members of Parliament maintaining high standards of integrity and accountability, is indisputable. I clearly support this first part of the motion. I wish to speak at this motion because I am unsure of the need for this motion, which has no legal force when passed, given the powers already vested in the Minister through the Town Council's Act to order AHTC to take necessary and swift actions. At the same time, I'm also concerned that the motion relates to matters which have not fully concluded in court. Mr. Speaker, I understand that this substantive motion, when passed by the House, becomes a resolution of Parliament. A resolution of the House is not legislation, nor does it have any legal force. Given this, should the call for AHTC to discharge their responsibilities as proposed in Part 4 of the motion, asking for this House to call for and influence AHTC to recuse the state members of Parliament from all matters relating to and oversight of financial matters, be made by the Minister through the powers granted by the Town Council's Act instead of this House. Under Section 43D of the Act, it is expressly provided that if the Minister is of the opinion that there are deficiencies identified in the conduct of the affairs of the Town Council and/or an irregularity has occurred or is occurring in the financial affairs of the Town Council, the Minister may, by order in writing, require the Town Council to, I quote, take specified remedial action to address the deficiencies and take specified action to correct the irregularity or to guard against the recurrence of irregularities or both, unquote. This entire section was an amendment added to the Act and passed by this House only 2 years back in 2017. In addition, Mr. Speaker, I'm also uncomfortable with the judgment being discussed in this House. A court proceeding, as I understand, according to the Administration of Justice Protection Act, only concludes when all issues relating to the assessment of damages and cause of proceedings are heard and finally decided. Therefore, it is clear that the legal proceeding of this case is still afoot. The defendants are also entitled to launch an appeal, which we just heard from Mr. William that they will be doing so. Given this, Mr. Speaker, I'm concerned that any comments that we make now, while possibly protected under certain parliamentary privileges, could still potentially fall under contempt of court. Also, our debates are published in Hansard and the media. I worry that commenting on and acting from the judgment when the case is not concluded with finality, especially if this matter is brought to the courts of appeal, may be perceived to be interfering with the due judicial process in the administration of justice.